Hi friends, thanks for joining me for yoga today. Grab your mat and let's get going. So let's go ahead and get started today in a comfortable cross-legged seat. Let's flex our feet and lean forward a little bit and traction one sitting bone at a time back so that you lean forward and get that real tilt of the pelvis forward. And then drop your tail and sit up tall. You can rest your hands anywhere on your thighs or in front of your shins. And align your nose right over your belly button. Sitting up really tall, take a couple of moments to arrive in your body and in your practice today. Scanning and noticing how you feel. Let the tension melt away from your shoulders, shoulder blades gliding down the back, all the way down through the tailbone toward the earth. Bring your hands to heart center and take a moment to set your intention for practice today. What do you want to cultivate here in this practice? Let that intention help guide your effort today. Release your fingers and press the palms forward and right up toward the sky, lifting up through the heels of the hands. And we'll press the heels of the hands right up and look up. And it's a nice antidote to that forward head carriage. We're always spending a lot of time these days looking down toward our phone. So let's look forward or even up and press the energy up toward the sky. Inhale, and then exhale, we're going to take a cactus arm. Hold the cactus arm, feel your lower belly engage, and squeeze your knees in. Hover for a moment, cross your other ankle on top. Feet are flexed. Reach up, interlace your awkward finger on top. Press up and look up. So we root down through the sitting bones, and then we lift up, breathing there. And this is really going to prevent that forward head carriage and arching through the upper back. Help improve our posture. Look up and then grab your elbows and lift your elbows up and rock side to side. Just a couple more rocks. Arm bones dropping right into the shoulder sockets. And as you come back to center, take your opposite elbow, lift your elbows, look up, and then roll over your knees. We're going to come onto all fours. Coming onto all fours, fan your fingers wide. Wag your tailbone gently side to side. And then tuck your toes, pressing through the palms. Hover your knees about an inch off the ground. Gather your low belly. Feel your core engage. Then touch your knees down. Then lift your knees a little bit. Draw your ribs in. And then knees down. One more time. Lift a little bit. Knees down. And then lift a little bit. Send your hips up into a downward dog. You could walk your hands forward a little, get more length. And see your feet are about parallel in alignment with your knees and hip joints. And pedal out your feet, waking up the backs of the legs. Exhaling to hollow the belly out and press length from pinkies to hip creases. And gently make your way into plank. Bring your knees back down into tabletop. Let's extend the right heel straight back. Flex and press your right heel toward the back wall. Now come up onto right fingertips and open and stack your right hip. And look to the right. And then bring your right knee high up toward your right shoulder. And if it's available, kick your right heel all the way out to the right. Then slide that right foot way forward into a lizard lunge. So your right foot's aligned with the outside edge of your mat. Tented fingers or palms all the way onto the floor on the inside of your right inner heel. Take the top of your left foot flat. Look down between the thumbs and let your hips sink. Breathe there. Inhale. When you exhale, tuck your left toes, lift that left thigh, and you could step your left foot in a little bit, spin your left heel down. It's heel to heel alignment or a little wider, and we're going to fold into Parsvottanasana with that right heel a little bit wider than you usually would have it in this pose. So it's almost like your feet are positioned on imaginary train tracks. Your upper body is soft. Your left hip point rolls toward the ground. One more inhale. Exhale, you drag that right sitting bone back. Now bend your right knee, lift your left heel over the toes, and we'll come into a lunge. You're going to turn your right toes out a little bit and look to the right. Use your right hand on top of the thigh to help turn your rib cage. Engage your left gluteal. Look to your right shoulder. Let's inhale. Exhale, look down, plant your palms very firmly. Lift up your hips and scooch that right foot back, plank pose. Shoulders over palms, squeeze your elbows in, come all the way onto your belly. Take your feet flat, find a little back bend. It can be a cobra pose, shoulders squeezed together, or upward dog where you root through the tops of the feet and lift your knees. And then we meet in downward dog. Couple breaths there. Feeling the length all the way up. Through the low back, through the sitting bones toward the sky. Fingers are fanned really wide. We're rooting through the index finger and thumb. Now drift into a tabletop position. And we're going to extend that left heel straight back. Press that left leg very, very straight. Lift your low belly. Light tented fingers, open and stack that left hip on top of the right. Toning through your low belly. We're going to inhale, look forward. Exhale, squeeze that left knee high up toward your shoulder. And you may be able to extend that left heel all the way out and then hoist it forward and inch your right knee a little bit back. Top of right foot flat, lizard lunge. Palms under the shoulders. We're going to stay up in our lizard lunge. This will drive me nuts. Staying in lizard lunge, letting your hips sink. Looking down between the thumbs, but keeping the back of the head lifted. And let's inhale. Exhale, tuck your right toes, lift that right thigh. You can shorten your stance a little bit. Go ahead and fold. Fold toward this Parsvottanasana. Left leg all the way towards straight without locking or hyperextending your knee. And find that forward fold with the right hip point rolling down. One more inhale. Exhale, bend that left knee over the heel. We lift the right heel over the toes and we're going to turn into a twist. Right hand toward the outer thigh. Turn, look to the left shoulder. Let your right hip point drop. And we'll inhale. And we'll exhale. Take your left hand on the inside of the heel, palms under shoulders, step back to plank. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Squeeze your elbows in. Glide into any amount of back bend, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. In this downward dog, step your feet mat width distance apart. Toes are turned slightly in. Walk your hands in between your feet. Fold. Take your left hand to the right ankle or outer shin. Fold and take your right hand around. Try to bind in your left hip crease. Hang in a twist. Hang your left elbow toward your left arch of your foot. Inhale, exhale, we're going to switch. Right hand to outer ankle or shin. Left hand slides around, tries to bind. Right elbow drags toward your right arch of your foot. Turning, looking to the left. Toes are soft. One more inhale. Exhale, fold to the center, hands on the outer ankles. Now we're going to bend the knees and drop down into a squat. In the squat, take your fingertips lightly onto the floor. If a squat is too much, you can always come to a cross-legged seat. Let's then drop the tail, look toward your belly, and then lift your heart. Look up. Inhale, exhale, reach forward and sit down. Squeeze your knees in, flex your feet, Ardha Hanumanasana. Lift your heels, then bring your feet mat width distance apart and windshield wiper your knees to the right. Swing your left arm right up alongside the ear. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, we're gonna sweep around, knees to the left. Right arm sweeps up and over, looking to the left. Inhale, exhale, come on back to center. Bring your soles of feet together, knees splay open, toes pointing away from your pelvic floor. Reach up, palms forward, look up. Inhale, exhale, reach, reach, reach forward toward the front of your mat. And the hands can come to the floor, your feet, or they can cup around your toes. Take that recline. Coming down onto the back, feel free to cover up with clothing, socks, or blankets. Hug your knees in. Give yourself a hug and invite compassion for exactly where you're at. Let's take full happy baby pose. Elbows on insides of knees, hands are reaching toward the ankles, shins, or right around toward the outer edges of the feet. Soles of feet face the sky. And let's rock and massage out your back. Evening out hips and pelvis. And it might feel good to press the heels a little more toward a V shape. Don't overdo. Then gently release. Bring your feet on the ground. Give a few taps. And then extend your legs out. And we're going to find our shavasana for today. A few moments to rest and let your body replenish itself. When you let go of stress, when you let the floor support you and light and space flow through all the joints. Know that all is well in this present moment, just for this breath. Let everything be well. And if it isn't well, let that be as it is. We surrender into the flow of all things with a sense of compassion for exactly where you're at. The whole body is awake and aware, and at the same time relaxed. Soften the corners of the eyes, the corners of the mouth. And take your hands on your torso anywhere, honoring your effort, honoring that you showed up on your mat today, and offering gratitude for yourself and gratitude for anything at all you have to be grateful for. We're going to wiggle our toes and then reach the arms overhead. Take a big resetting stretch. Hug your knees in. Give a squeeze. And when you're ready, slowly roll to either side and gently press on up. And we'll sit together. Here we are again in an upright seat, sitting really broad through the collarbones. Take your hands together, give them a little rub. Take that healing energy, bring it on your belly. Thanking yourself for showing up again, and I thank you, and I wish you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and trust on the journey. Namaste. Grateful as ever for your presence here. Please do like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I hope you enjoy my twice weekly free classes that I post on Tuesday and Friday. And please do comment and let me know if you enjoyed this practice and how you felt afterwards. Okay, hope to see you next time. Keep it up, keep going. Bye.